So
So,
welcome again, and I just want to welcome my
hey,
friend Scott Maizlish, and he is with Park City. No, you're in Park City, Utah, but you are with
Summit Sotheby's International Realty in Park City.
Perfect. So tell me about the market a little bit pre-COVID-19, pre-coronavirus. What kind of properties were you selling, and what was the market like in, say, up until the 1st of March, I suppose?
Pre-COVID-19, we were blowing and going just like everybody else. With over the past, I want to go back 5 to 7 years, we've seen a real big transition in our market.
Yeah,
Actually, let me take it back a little further. I've been in the market for coming on 15 years now. When I first came out to Park City, it was a sleepy little ski town where a lot of people came and visited, bought vacation homes. In the summertime, the sidewalks basically rolled up, and we were a wintertime destination. Since
yeah.
then, we've become a full-on year-round destination. Not only that, we've had a lot of people move to Park City and make it their full-time home. The economy of Utah is strong. It's one of the top in the nation. In addition, our access. We've got a $4.1 billion airport being built.
Wow.
And so we're one of the only brand new airports that's being built in the United States. And the first phase is slated to open in this fall. And the reason I bring that up is, what's an airport have to do with Park
Oh,
City is purely access. A lot of our vacationers, used to ski in other markets in the Rocky Mountain West, but once they realized that they could land and be at the resort in 30 minutes, it's, been a game changer for them. In addition to that, people that have, as the world and COVID-19 has definitely enhanced this as we go to the more remote worker lifestyle and
yeah.
people that just need an internet connection and an airport, we offer the full enchilada. I mean, we've got, you're living in the mountains in nice, crisp, cool alpine air, and then you're 30 minutes from a major metropolitan area, and then, a hop, skip, and a jump to almost at least just one stop to every continent in the world.
That's amazing. I think it's something we keep on hearing again and again over the past few years with all of the technology and the enhancements in technology. People are choosing not to work in the major centers. They want to get out of the major centers. And I think they have a better lifestyle there and certainly more outdoor lifestyle than you would get in the downtown of the city.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, there's some people that enjoy the best of both worlds, but to reiterate, I start out as selling vacation properties almost
Yeah,
exclusively. Now I'd say my business is about half and half. And a
yeah.
lot of my clients that start vacationing in Park City decide, you know what, I want to live in Park City. So
So
they end up buying a permanent home.
tell me, how much of your business right now would be condominium as opposed to freehold, or I'm not too sure what you would call it there, or detached homes, let's say.
Be condo in our market, be condominium or single family. It kind of fluctuates. We'll see. Will see a little bit more on the single family side in the
Yeah.
spring and summer for people that are moving to Park City. More of the skier centric type of product, the ski in, ski
Yeah.
out resort stuff. It'll move more in the winter when there's more folks here.
Do you see a lot of investment for Airbnb there as well? A lot.
Airbnb has become very, very big here,
Yeah.
and it's been a tricky thing for us to navigate. Although as it's evolved, it's become a lot easier because
Yeah.
just for property managers, things like that. But Airbnb has been very, very strong in our market.
It'll be interesting to see what happens now that people are not traveling as much or they're afraid to travel. If Airbnb will survive well, I think Airbnb will survive the change. I'm wondering about people who may have bought properties for investment, planning on, being full up all the time through Airbnb. And if they can't, then it could be a bit of an issue. At least see what happens.
Absolutely. And a lot of product has been coming online and is coming online. And while I'd like to not think it's going to be what happened in the last downturn,
Yeah.
I think we're going to feel it. I mean, year over year, March was down about 82% this year
Wow.
for obvious reasons.
Yeah, we were in the city. We were up until past mid-March, and just in Toronto, anyways. And then, but the second half of March was, forget it. It just didn't happen. But
Absolutely.
I think April and May are, we're going to be doing our best, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of people buying or selling. But it hasn't stopped me, and I'm sure it hasn't stopped you from getting out there if you can.
No, it hasn't stopped us at all. We're still transacting, still
Hmm.
seeing, get albeit less properties
Hmm.
sell, but I'm focusing less on what I'm seeing close because a lot of those transactions were all past their contingencies, but I'm still seeing, a fair amount of properties go under contract every day in our market.
Yeah. Yeah.
And on a personal note, I think that, well, granted, COVID-19 is a terrible thing. I don't want anybody to get sick or lose their life.
Exactly.
The
Yeah.
world needed to slow down a little bit, and this is just causing us
Yeah.
to really kind of sit back and think about things. And I think we'll come out of this much stronger.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because you and I met when we were at, traveling to different events, and
Yep.
that's what we did. It's part of our network is, we go to the opening of an envelope, you and myself, and we're always there and meeting people, and that's part of the things we survive on. It'll be interesting to see, with the change in attitude and the change the way people work, what the future will hold for us.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'd like to think that people are going to want to get on airplanes again. They're
Yeah.
going to lick this virus, and people want to be face to face. It's my
Yeah.
preference for sure.
Oh yeah, mine too. But I mean, thank God we have this technology. Can you imagine if this would have happened 20 years ago?
Oh
Then we,
yeah, be the
yeah,
old
then,
dial-up, right?
yeah, it would be really, people would be just edging. At least we have something that we can. I mean, there's a number of different systems you can use: FaceTime, Skype, Zoom. Thank God we're actually this afternoon. Later on this afternoon, we're going to do our Passover Seder with 20 people on a Zoom conference.
Doing the exact same thing with my family. Hag
Yeah.
Sameach to you and your
Chag
family.
Sameach, for sure.
And
Yeah, for sure.
and
I know
and also
yeah, but it's interesting. It's going to be an interesting process. Are you going to do an online Seder, do you think, or?
we're going to do an online Seder. We are. I
Yeah.
think we're gonna chop down the Haggadah a little bit
Yeah.
and
Oh,
probably
yeah,
just spend more time reflecting on what's been good in our lives and things like
exactly.
that.
We've shortened it.
Um,
When I was a kid, we used to go to my aunt and uncles, and I think I can remember falling asleep at midnight. It still wasn't over.
oh,
And those were
well,
the old days. Now we've shortened it, and God knows.
yeah, well, probably like you, I'd assume we're second and third generation,
Yeah.
and these are the old folks from the old country, and
Yeah.
they did it the way they did it. But and the technology for us, kind of looping back to real estate for a second. I mean, FaceTime showings and using this kind of technology
Yeah.
has been in our quiver for quite some time because there's
Yeah.
so many times that my client's not in town and,
Yeah.
well, let me wait till I get out there. Well, this is going to be gone tomorrow, so let's throw you on a FaceTime walkthrough, and
Yeah.
it's
Exactly.
it's been very, very beneficial to us.
I think for somebody like you as well, in a not necessarily more of a second home community, I think that happens more and more. And we've certainly dealt with it with our foreign buyers. We've dealt with it with a husband being in one part of the country, the wife being in another part of the country, and we have to use these technologies and DocuSign and all of them. And thank God that they're available to us.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So what kind of precautions do you take if somebody says, if I call you today and they say, Scott, I want you to list my property, what are you going to do? How does that
What kind of
transpire today?
Oh, in today's world,
Yeah.
just listed one last week, and fortunately, the property had been empty for quite some time, so we
Right.
knew they were past any kind of quarantine moment.
Yeah.
And then our photography staff, our video staff, they had all taken the necessary measures to abide by the quarantine recommendations
Yeah.
put out by the CDC. So, we've seen some delay, but we're kind of blowing and going right now. Everyone's
Yeah.
really paying attention. I mean, Summit County, specifically Park City, we were on par per capita with New York and China because literally when this thing broke out,
Yeah.
it was the height of ski season. Somebody came in, infected a few folks in a bar, and it spread like wildfire. And that's why we
Wow.
left town so quickly.
Yeah.
So it was really an anomaly that we were had such a high concentration of cases. But I'm reading the article. Social distancing is working in town, and the curve is flattening. So hopefully we'll be back to
You'll
business.
be back. And so how far away are you from Park City right now?
Currently, I'm about 600 miles away.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I, you know, lived in Florida for about 15 years
right.
and knew what the aftermath of a hurricane was like and
Oh,
what it
yes.
does to individuals that are cooped up. And I just told my wife, we need to get somewhere where we can spread our wings a little bit. So
Yeah. So you're
packed up the
sheltering in
car.
place, but you can get out and walk and you can climb the mountains and
Correct. Yep.
yeah, perfect. Well, stay
Hmm.
safe. Number one,
Thank you. You
stay
too.
safe and stay busy. And again, just thank you very much. And anybody who's watching this, they got to connect with Scott Maizlish, and he is in Park City, Utah.
My pleasure. Thanks for
Well,
talking, and you have a good Passover and good
yeah,
weekend.
you too. You too. Don't let the matzah kill you. It might.
Never. Right?
I get down to just the chocolate matzah. That's my favorite.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'm ordered in some Seder dinner from Katz's Deli. It should arrive today, so I'm pretty excited.
Wow, perfect. So how far away is that?
That's
Is
New
it
York
near?
City.
Oh, in New York City. You're getting it from New
Hmm.
York City?
Yep.
Wow,
I'm on
amazing.
an Indian reservation. There's not a very big kosher section here,
No,
so
no, I can
gonna
imagine.
have to adapt.
Okay, Scott, thanks again, and have a wonderful
Thank you.
Passover. And I'm sure you're going to make it through the next few months, and we all will. We'll come out on the other side, and this too will pass.
Back at you, and pleasant and safe. Great weekend to all of my EN family.
Yeah, Lashana Haba in Park City.
Back at you. Take care.
Okay, take care.